Alley-oop!
I
Pacific University Falcons, they come in with a record of 8-13, 5-6 in GNAC play versus your hometown Saints. Coming off the big win on Saturday, they're currently 5-12, 3-7 in GNAC play. Before we meet the players, at this time, please rise if you're able. Remove your hats and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's go ahead and get started for the Falcons. 5'10" junior, number 10, Lola Weatherspoon. 5'6" freshman, number 11, Haley Ann Oka. 5'7" junior, number 14, Hunter Burnham. The 6'1" junior, number 21, Olivia Mayer. And the 6'3" freshman, or 6'3" junior, number 32, Skylar Barry. Mike Simpson is 6'3", head coach, assisted by Karen Byers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet to meet the Saints.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington for NCAA Division II women's basketball. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the ride as it is time for the Great Northwest Athletic Conference women's schedule to continue. And the train will chug along to the next stop, which is Falcons versus Saints round 2. Round 1 went to SMU in Seattle at the home of the Falcons. It was their first home loss this year. They've been a very formidable team at their home venue, which is a 7-2 record that they have had. On the other side, they, on the road, on true road games, have been 0-9, a ship that they would like to correct tonight. The Saints, 4-4 at home. They've struggled away from home as well. Their one true road win, well, it was in Seattle. They're 1-6 on the road, but right now they're playing in the friendly confines of Marcus Pavilion on a Thursday night here in early February. Tips coming in, and it'll be won by Sarah Lamette and the Saints. The starting line is presented by Forelli's Pizza. For the Falcons, it is Lolo Weatherspoon, Haley Ann Ota, Hunter Beeren, Olivia Mayer, and Skylar Berry on the other side. For the Saints, their starting lineup is Keely Jade Smith, who takes that shot right there, banks it in, rattles it home. Keely Jade Smith, Angel Galbraith, Madeline Brown, Shalise Smith, and Sarah Lamette. Those starting lineups, once again, are brought to you by Forelli's Pizza. Great people make great pizza. That ball was plucked out off of Shalise Smith. The Saints come out in what looks to be a 2-1-2 zone. It's kind of how it's looking at me. Maybe a 1-3-1 actually, is now it gets back to kind of that normal look. They go with a cross-court pass. Three-pointer on the way from Meyer, and she swishes it. It is SPU in the lead. Keely Jade Smith with it, pulls up from the elbow, misses it, and fighting for the rebound was Sarah Lamette there, but a good box down by Skylar Berry, the 6'3 junior out of Portland, Oregon. Should be a good battle between the two bigs from the Rose City area, as Berry has it now, guarded by Lamette, who is from Tigard, Oregon. Nice pick and roll there to Berry. Missed the layup, however. Rebound goes to Sarah Lamette. Galbraith pushes the fast break, gets it to Madeline Brown. Now back to Galbraith. Man-to-man defense for the SPU Falcons. You'll notice a little bit extra in the amount of pink on the floor tonight. It is the St. Martin's Play 4K Cancer Night. So a lot of pink being repped throughout. Angel Galbraith a long two. That one goes in and out. Fighting for the rebound was Brown, but it's grabbed by Weatherspoon, who brings it up. Nice pink shoes on Weatherspoon, the Camas, Washington native. Now down to the low block. This is Mayer. Mayer back to basket, off glass and in. Up the floor, pushing it. Keely Jade Smith stops, gets it to Shalise Smith, who has her arm grabbed, it looked like, but no call. No fouls called at all thus far. Refs will let him play. There's been some contact, but not enough anywhere. Madeline Brown for three, off back iron, and back to Weatherspoon, who brings it up, nearly carries. Then she stops dribble and gets it to Beeren. Beeren now rotating it around. Oda, long shot by Mayer. Rebound, Madeline Brown. She'll play the point. Now slowing it up. Stopping, then going to the left side, off glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Mayer. Long three-pointer, missed. Rebound, a battle, but grabbed by Beeren. Then a rotate around the edge. Gets back to Haley Ann Ota, who missed the three. But player who got the offensive rebound, Beeren, is able to make do with a second chance bucket. 7-2, 6.5 to go in the first quarter. They got the opening bucket by way of this player right here, Keely Jade Smith. Have not scored since. Brown with it. Brown to Keely Jade Smith. Now Galbraith. Galbraith guarded by Ota. Back to Smith. Guarded by Beeren. Offensive foul as Keely Jade Smith. Last couple games, I feel like she's been due for one of those a game, as my color commentator on Saturday, David Bocook, put it. She is one of the strongest players on the floor. Sometimes she just uses that a little bit too much. It's hard to go uncalled when a ref sees a player fly back like that. Hunter Beeren will bring it up. Mukilteo, Washington native kid. Berry. Back to Beeren. Looking down for Berry, but a foul is called on Rios there. Looked like Berry was holding her off, but they're going to say it was actually Rios that was performing the infraction. Sub comes in, checking in for Beeren is number 22, Lane Kearns. Kearns, a freshman guard out of Hamilton, Montana. That ball thrown out of bounds. A miscommunication on a back cut. Lauren Morris onto the floor now. Morris, a double-double. In the Saturday game, I should say. Should point that out. Not a double-double right now. She has not really touched the ball all that much. She's with it now, though. Down low to Sarah Lamette. Missed shot. Rebound goes to Brown. Good fight for the offensive rebound. Rotated around, finding a wide open Angel Galbraith. Galbraith will now float it. Can't get it to go. Rebound Berry. Carnes brings it up and slows it down. This is a fairly staple first quarter for St. Martin's as Mayer can't make the three and the Saints can't find the right box out. Then Berry under the basket, misses it. Rebound Lamette. Brown gets it up ahead to Galbraith. Galbraith weaving to the bucket and a block from Carnes. Marlowe on the floor now, and that is Marlowe, no relation, and Natalie Marlowe, the head coach of the Saints. Natalie Marlowe, the head coach of the Saints, has an E at the end of her name. The Marlowe that just passed it off has no E there. Missed shot, rebound Lamette. Galbraith will slow it down, under 4 to go. Next stoppage, we'll have a break in the action. Now looking down to Lamette, who's been hanging out in the key for a while. And she gets it off glass and in. Marlowe, the Saints Marlowe, was desperate for a foul call on that one, I believe. Saints still in the zone. Man, they had Marlowe locked up there. Bad pass, and it's going to be over and back. Stoppage in play on the floor. The St. Martin's defense has come to play, but so has SBU's. It's 7-4, 3:49 to go in quarter number 1. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network.
She's also a cancer survivor, diagnosed with thyroid cancer when she was just 24 years old. Earlier today, Ms. Bramlett recognized most recently as one of U.S. Today's Women of the Year 2023. School to our week. School to our weekly basketball program is part of a year-long Empower Her speaker series, highlighting professional achievements of women across different industries. She offers an inspiring story of overcoming adversity and serves as a role model for our student athletes and young women everywhere. Let's give her another award from Marcus Billion. Round of applause.
If you weren't able to hear the loudspeaker during that media time out there, honored on the court was Taquette Bramley, who is the vice president of Chosen Family Wine. She's also the founder CEO of Our Legacy Harvested, which is a nonprofit. I was lucky enough to sit in on the talk that she gave to the St. Martin's women's team as part of Natalie Marlowe's Empowerment series, emphasis on empowerment, where she's highlighting professional achievements of women across many different industries, and obviously it was cool to have somebody who has risen the ranks in her industry so high as Taquette Bramlett, but as this one misses, Rios fighting for it, but that looked like out of bounds, and somehow escaping it is Carnes, and a foul is called. Obviously, as part of the pink Play for K night here, it's a very inspiring part of Miss Bromlett's story, that she is a cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with thyroid cancer when she was 24 years old, and for 16 years fought the battle with cancer. And it was less than a year ago that she got the call from Kevin Love and Channing Frye, who founded and run Chosen Family Wines, for her to be a part of that journey there, which is, take a second to process. For those of you who are basketball fans, Kevin Love and Channing Frye, those are NBA champions and household names for somebody who follows sports, or especially basketball. As this ball's inbounded, shot clock's running down. I don't know if Seattle Pacific knows that. They did not at all. It's a shot clock violation. But it's really cool. It was really cool to not only have Taquette Bromlett talk to the Saints, but also just to hear her story. And, there's an incredible senior class. And as the old adage goes in the NCAA, most NCAA athletes are going to go pro in something other than sports, and it's cool to see her connect her love for sports. As a three by Rios evens this game at 7. It's cool to see her connect her love for sports with how she's been successful in the business world. Bunny made by Barry. Earlier today, Bromlett was named as one of USA Today's Women of the Year in 2023. Rios makes a bucket. We're all tied at 9. That ball taken away and a foul called on Barry. First foul called on SPU in this contest. I'm sure Natalie Marlowe is glad to see something in the foul column against the Falcons after she's been asking for some throughout. Madeline Brown checks out. Lauren Morris, Angel Galbraith, Keely Jade Smith, Shalise Smith, and Kiana Rios, the 5 on the floor for the Saints. They look to Shalise Smith. Gets it out to Galbraith. Galbraith, back iron, does not go. The Saints have not been fortunate in that basket, as this is a great catch after a great pass, and a foul called on Lauren Morris, who had hands in the air. Was trying to do her best to keep that one clean, but just couldn't get away with it, according to our official. St. Martin's men's basketball team, for those who are interested, are not in action tonight. They get their bye day tonight, as they will head to Western Oregon on Saturday. Barry kicks out after she was flummoxed. Oh, my goodness. What a pass, what a catch, what a near finish, as a foul is now called on Barry after getting tangled up with Shalise Smith. The only other Saints team in action today was the baseball team, who is taking what seems to me like a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Hawaii. And they lost their first game of the Big Island Baseball Bash by a score of 8-3 to the University of Hawaii Hilo, as a travel is called on Shalise Smith after she tried to bully her way in the key there. Maybe could have been in the market for an offensive foul as well, as she was plenty physical there. Carnes brings it up. Nobody's stopping her. Takes it to the bucket, and a rejection by the Saints. Lauren Morris grabs the rebound. She'll turn it up court herself. Gets it to Angel Galbraith. Galbraith to Shalise Smith, who takes a lot of contact as she tries to flip it up, and it goes unable to get in the hoop, but she'll shoot 2 at the line. Baseball team is playing another one down in Hawaii in the next few moments. They'll be starting up. We are in full spring well, not full spring mode because winter sports are still being played, but we are nearly in the full hustle bustle of the spring season. For those of you who follow SBU, you know that there are less spring sports up in Seattle, just rowing, aka crew, that SBU sponsors. No baseball, no softball for the Falcons. Carnes with it, guarded by Galbraith. 30 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. This is Leisure with it. Now in the corner, trapped, nearly given away, and then falling down on the ground. Taken away by Shalise Smith. I'm surprised there wasn't a jump ball there. She just kind of casually just went in there and took it for herself. Now Angel Galbraith with it. Out to Lauren Morris. Lauren Morris, a three at the buzzer. Missed. Offensive rebound, Madeline Brown with 5 on the game clock. Off glass and in. A buzzer beater to end the first quarter. St. Martin's will head to the second frame with a 3-point lead. It was a typical defensive struggle that St. Martin's forces out of teams in the first. They held single-digit points to SPU, and they got 12 of their own, and a big second chance last bucket of the quarter for the Saints. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. It is 12-9. SMU has the lead over SPU.
There are 175 caregivers and 26 providers who want you to know how important screening and early detection are of diagnosis and treatment of cancer. Follow Providence Olympia on Facebook or go to Providence Regional Cancer System Lacey website for more information. St. Martin's is proud of our shared workforce development partnership that includes a $150,000 grant from the Providence Foundation for Nursing Scholarships. Give a big round of applause. Thank you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone with you, bringing you the fourth to last home game for the St. Martin's women's team this year. They will play a very good 14th ranked in the country MSU Billings squad on Saturday. And then they'll hit the road next week as they head to Western Washington and Simon Fraser before being back home to finish out the home portion of the schedule. Alaska Anchorage on SMU Alumni Night, and on homecoming Saturday, February 24th, they will take on Alaska Fairbanks on the front end of a doubleheader. St. Martin's men's team will follow that one up with the game of their own. Trying to get the ball down to Sarah Lamette. It's poked away by Mayer. In that first quarter, when we look at points, Mayer led the way for SPU with 5, and Kiana Rios had 5 for the Saints. Drawing up the inbounds play, gets it into Keely Jade Smith. Smith just doesn't have the finishing touches on it, but a jump ball is called on a quick whistle by the referee. It will stay with SPU, but the possession error will flip. St. Martin's on a 5-0 run right now, down 9-7. But in the last 2.5 minutes, they have held SPU scoreless and got on a run of their own. Carnes, the freshman, will bring it up. The former Hamilton Bronc, who's repping maroon, just as she did in high school, for the Class A squad in the Bitterroot Valley. Down in the Big Sky State, or over in the Big Sky State. Mayer, a nice move to get that one up and in, 12-11. Rios, as the ball is rotated around. Now it's Lamette up top. Running out of options, 10 on the shot clock for the Saints. Gets it up and over, looking for Rios, then out to Keely Jade Smith. She fires too long on the 3, rebound Carnes. Weatherspoon can't get it to go. Got the step on the bigger, as a three-pointer goes back on it, just doesn't go. The Saints just not getting the best bounces from that back iron as it's every time it's just clonked out. And yes, clonked is in the dictionary. 100% real English word, I swear. Double team coming to Mayer. Now she picks it up, gets it out to Weatherspoon, I believe. Good help coming, pawed away, and the Saints get it back. Angel Galbraith to the bucket. She'll hurl it up, and a foul will be called. Late whistle there to send Angel Galbraith to the line. Head coach Mike Simonson in his 6th year was fairly astounded at that call. As I mentioned, these two teams met earlier this season. It was Natalie Marlowe's first GNAC win that she was able to tag SPU with. First free throw is made by Angel Galbraith. Shalise Smith led the way with 21 points that day. Angel Galbraith had 16. On the other side, it was Mayer with an absolute bully's performance, scoring 25. And then the offensive rebound by Shalise Smith after it was deflected by Sarah Lamette. She really did the work of that, and then it just fell right into the lap of Shalise Smith, who had an easy layup. Now Beeren fighting and getting it to the bucket. Strong move by Hunter Beeren. Beeren had 5 against the Saints the first time, but she led the way in rebounds with 7. Good post move, and a good ball comes in. And a foul on the rebound is called against Shalise Smith. First foul on her, 15-13 contest right now. 2-point lead for the Saints. But with a scorer like Olivia Mayer on the floor, no lead is safe. You have the feeling. Mayer averages 15.1, but she's been red hot the last couple weeks. Beeren puts it on the ground, pulls up. Beeren finds a way to score. We're all tied at 15-all. Seattle Pacific, that was their first home loss. They will be looking to rectify the situation as Rios fires away and splashes it home. They'll be looking to rectify the situation and pick up their first win versus SMU this year. We got an offensive foul call as Rios hits the deck. Marlowe back on the floor. Natalie Marlowe, the Saints head coach. For those who don't know, she did play college basketball. She was a member of Division I Chicago State. And a foul right there on Marlowe, the current player Marlowe. Natalie Marlowe was a prolific player in the Windy City after heading down to college there from state of Wisconsin, where she grew up. Pull-up shot from the free throw line. Lauren Morris from the Golden State. Morris scores to make it 20-15. Good double team to come, and a kick out for 3. Mayer falls down, asking for a foul, getting up in the ear of the official while she hustles back. Out to the corner, Morris with it now. Morris, what a move to spinorama and swashbuckle that one home over Ota. Now she's guarding Ota, who gets it to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon drives with the left hand, gets it out to Beeren. Beeren now driving, trying to shimmy and shake Shalise Smith. Now an attack, a partial block, and a grab by Lamette after the partial block, and she's tripped up by Mayer, who is, I'm surprised she is as restrained as she is, because it makes sense that she would be upset with how she thinks the calls are going against her. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. It is 22-15, St. Martin's with the lead. Welcome back here. Shalise Smith will inbound to Lauren Morris, who's playing the point right now. Morris is a true flex. She has played 1 through 5 on the floor this year for SMU. Ball gets down to Lamette, who loses it, gets it back, now gets it to Madeline Brown. Madeline Brown adjusts and gets a good shot off, and there a foul is called on Brown. Just a little bit too much extracurriculars fighting to get that ball back from Mayer. Galbraith back in. Brown is out after committing the foul. It looks like man-to-man defense right now. Mayer with it, guarded by Shalise Smith. That's going to be a battle to watch for sure. Newcomer is Mayer from Whitworth University, D3 school. That's a high arcing three. Good rebound by Shalise Smith, who tags it down. Jump stop looking for Rios. They're going to call a foul on Ota. Once again, to the dismay of the SPU bench. In the bonus now are the Saints. We'll shoot 2 the rest of the way for the final 4:45 of the quarter. Could be some key points that the Saints could pick up. First free throw made by the savvy sophomore in Kiana Rios. 23-15, 8-point lead for the Saints. A spin and a pop, 2 for 2 from the line, 9-point lead for SMU. Mayer with it, now rotating it around. SPU squad lost a lot of good firepower. Pulls up to take a wide open shot there, but it deflects out to Shalise Smith. The forward will bring it down, get it to Lamette. Lamette goes cross court to Lauren Morris. Spinorama pump fake, gets it up. Oh, that would have been something if it would have fell, but Shalise Smith with the long arms reaches up. And like candy from a baby, takes away that rebound from Beeren and puts in an easy putback with Beeren out of position. Now Barry has it taken away from her. Hold up, get, and then Shalise Smith lost it. Barry puts it on the ground, and ooh, a foul is called. Barry will take 2 shots now, with the team down 11. First shot is missed. Barry on the season, second in scoring on this squad. From the free throw line, she is shooting 72%. Not bad, especially for a big. Second free throw is good. Barry out of Portland, Oregon, like I already mentioned. And she'll go back to battle with Lamette on the low block. Lamette now will come up to set a screen. Rios driving on Beeren, pump fake, and pops it in from the left hand, or from the right side. And then a bad, lazy pass there before this ball is battled for. Barry still fighting to get her team the ball. The post coming back was really the reason that happened. Honestly, Galbraith might have just been better up stopping, maybe calling a timeout there, as this one is in and out. Barry, offensive rebound, missed it, and rebound by big Sarah Lamette there as Lauren Morris calls off the dogs, realizing it was her teammate that had it, and she didn't want to get her arms plucked clean off. Eternity Reed on to the floor for the first time. Still working on the low block, and a three-pointer missed. Offensive rebound once again by the Saints. Sarah Lamette this time will book her ticket to the free throw line. It is a very good rendition of just a ball-hungry team right now that the Saints are putting on. They have gobbled up the offensive boards. Free throw is missed. Offensive rebounds are 5-3. Second chance points. 6-2 right now, Saints ahead. Second free throw is good. 29-16, Saints up by 13 points. Kiana Rios has 12 of them for the Saints, 29 total. Ota with it. Guarded by Reed. This is a guard being guarded by a big, no doubt about it. But a very good defensive player as it counted and one for Weatherspoon. Keely Jade Smith will check in. That foul is on number 30 there. Correction. That foul is not on number 30. There is no 30. I believe it's on 20. Kiana Rios, her second foul. Olivia Mayer has 6 rebounds. For the Saints, they got Lamette with 6 and Shalise Smith with 5. High arcing free throw is good. Lead down to 10. Galbraith Morris, Eternity Reed, Sarah Lamette, and Keely Jade Smith on the floor. Lamette still asking for it, just battling on that low block. Three-pointer on the way. Missed offensive rebound before a jump ball. Good job by Hunter Beeren to get a hand in there. Beeren third on this team in scoring, averaging 8.4 a game. Ball inbounded to Lamette, who then gets it to Reed, who missed it. And an offensive rebound is unsuccessfully put back up by Keely Jade Smith. Beeren now to the bucket, flips it out. Another hesitation and drive. Ball is lost. And eventually grabbed by Morris, who then throws it up to try and lead Angel Galbraith before it's taken back by Ota. Three-pointer. Oh, that's an awkward shot that Weatherspoon has from distance there. I don't know if that actually regularly shoots, but that looked sort of funky. Doesn't take a ton of threes, does Weatherspoon? Kind of, not criticizing because Lauren Morris, who's a decent shooter, especially from the mid-range, has just as kind of an awkward, unique release. That one's taken away from Keely Jade Smith. Ball to the corner. Mayer will drive and make it over Eternity Reed. Both coaches, I think, are asking for a foul call, either offensive or defensive. 50 on the game clock. 8-point lead for the Saints. Reed with it. Reed gets it to Galbraith. Galbraith gets it up. Foul is called, a late foul call. Certainly. Certainly after you would expect a whistle to go. And you can kind of say, okay, we've escaped without getting a call there. And, devastation to the hearts of the Falcons' parents and coach in attendance. Falcon faithful can be happy to know, however, the first free throw was missed. And they can maybe quietly say to themselves, the ball don't lie, principle. Second free throw is made. Saints up by 9, 38.2 to go. Looks to be the penultimate possession of the second period. 30-21. Now we're under 30 to go. Shot clock will be off the rest of the way. Falcons are taking their time with this possession. Saints, if they commit a foul, they'll send them to the free throw line. Mayer with it. Mayer, nice spin and finish. Nothing you can do about that one. 10 to go now as Galbraith sets up a pick and roll. Screen coming from Shalise Smith. Galbraith with it. Backdoor cut, nearly scored, but instead taken away, and a heave that goes off the top of the backboard and into the arms of Keely Jade Smith. That's how the first half ends, 30-23, which I project will be the final score of this Super Bowl on Sunday, 30-23, Kansas City. That's your prediction of the night. We'll be right back with the second half. Give us about 10 to 15, and we'll break down the first half stats for you. And, yeah, be sure to don't go anywhere. More fun predictions coming from half number 2. SPU, SMU, Saints up by 7. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone with you to tell you about half number one. A lot of different things to look at here, but let's start with the points right now. Olivia Mayer being outscored by Kiana Rios. I think that's the number one thing. If anybody outscores Olivia Mayer, SPU is going to have a much more difficult night. There's no doubt about that one. Mayer is such a threat, and through this winning streak of 2 games that SPU has been on with big wins over Central Washington and Northwest Nazarene, you got to think that her being the kind of spark plug for this team really has pushed them to those wins, no doubt about it. As we take a look, it is Rios with 12, Mayer with 11. Mayer also has 7 rebounds, while Sarah Lamette has 7 for the Saints. Charlize Smith has 5, Madeline Brown with 4. Nobody over 4 or at 4 for SPU. Only 4 total assists. That maybe just throws how much the defense has been kind of suffocating right now, as it's been a lot of passing lanes cut off, and SPU still trying to win on the road. They're going to have a chance tonight. If they can't pull it off tonight, they'll go to 0-10 as their road record before a trip to Western Oregon, where they'll have a chance to come up with, right now, it is an injury-ridden Western Oregon squad. Maybe pull off a win down there. Found plenty of success at home this season. Their only out-of-town victory was a neutral court 58-53 decision against Cal State Dominguez Hills. St. Martin's, however, have the lowest scoring offense in the GNAC, averaging 55 points per game. SPU is third to last at 57 points per game. Madeline Brown, great defense there now. Mayer being guarded by Charlize Smith. Backdoor cut finds Beeren, and a foul will be called on Brown, who put a kind of an accidental, almost a kick it looked like, in the midsection of Beeren. Take a look at women's basketball scores. Western Washington down Northwest Nazarene earlier today. And Central Washington over Simon Fraser, as that ball just touched out of bounds when Beeren tried to spin it to keep it in. So that Simon Fraser loss is big for the Saints. They're chasing a team like Simon Fraser, who is on the inside looking out right now in the GNAC standings. SPU and SMU both battling to be one of the 6 teams in the tournament. A loss here would tremendously hurt both causes, as Charlize Smith pulls up, and an air ball grabbed by Barry on the other side. MSUB takes on Western Oregon down in Monmouth tonight. That game is currently going on, taken away by the Saints, given to Galbraith. Galbraith, drop it in a bucket for Sarah Lamette, who lays it in. Speak of the Super Bowl on Sunday, that was a little Patrick Mahomes find down the field. And Sarah Lamette, our Travis Kelce comparison, as we have a late whistle. Holy smokes. We got a late one in the first half. That one might have been even more behind schedule. Right now, in the third quarter, it is a tie game between Western Oregon and MSU Billings, 35 apiece. Wow. MSU Billings, one of the top 15 teams in the country, and they're being pushed to the brink right now. (32-24), Saints are ahead right now. Keely Jade Smith with it. Smith, can't get that one to float in. And now pushing the fast break the other way. Weatherspoon with it, nearly lost it, gets it back, gets it to Ota. Beeren rotates it around, find Mayer. Back to Beeren. Now back to Mayer. Mayer, a pump fake, then drives, tucks it, and gets it to go. Count it, and the foul for Olivia Mayer. What a finish from the transfer. Free throw is made. 5-point game. Early in the third here, the Saints are 1 of 7 in their last 7 shots from the field. Rios needs to help her team get a bucket. She was the offensive spark plug in the first half, but instead they turn it over on a missed pass into Sarah Lamette. Ota pulls up, gets it down to Mayer. Mayer double teamed, and it's a jump ball. Saints will take over possession. Shalise Smith inbounding to Angel Galbraith. Pick and roll attempted with Brown, but held up. Now to Galbraith. She gets a screen. Galbraith goes, tries to go off glass, missed shot, rebound, Mayer. Mayer turns up the fast break herself. Now a no-look out to Beeren, wide open for 3. Can't cash in the check. Strong rebound from Sarah Lamette. Gets it up to Shalise Smith, who will hold up, get it to Galbraith. Now it's Brown. Rios had a little bit of space there. And a nice give and go. What a play drawn up, but the layup doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Rios. She turns and tries again. Missed shot. Rebound battle between Beeren and Brown. And that will be called a foul on Rios there, who collided with Berry. Wow. I feel like 2 bodies hit the ground, and the referee felt like she needed to make a call there. That's tough to give it on either of those players because it's just incidental contact, as she gets blindsided essentially with a player standing in her way. That wasn't a screen, but you can't ding Berry for that one. I don't think you can ding Rios for it either, as the fouls are 4-0 this quarter, as it was poked away from a driving Marlowe. Morris will check in for Brown. Wow. Saints were definitely getting the benefit of some calls in the second quarter. Now that one makes it seem like the benefit of the doubt's going with SPU in this frame. Trying to feed Mayer, which is always a good blueprint to draw up if you're Mike Simonson and SPU. Inbound coming to Berry. Nice cut by Beeren, who makes the layup. It's a 1-possession game. Saints have been scoreless in over 2 minutes. Get it down low, and it's stripped away, and now on the floor, popped around, pandemonium, before eventually Beeren grabs it. Now Beeren with it up top to Berry, and that's a charge. Rio stepped in there and got gobbled up by Berry, who was receiving the pass and could not see what was in front of her. Rios kind of slid underneath it. That's an argument from that SPU has for sure, as Rios definitely paid the price for it. And she is walking fairly sear off the court. 5 on the floor now. Shalise Smith, Madeline Brown, Angel Galbraith, Sarah Lamette, and Lauren Morris. Morris battling on that low block. Tried hard to get it to her. Quick double team came. Now back to Galbraith, who gets tied up, rips it away. We're not getting quick whistles on jump balls here, not at all. As out to Galbraith. Galbraith will line up for 3. Galbraith can't get it to go. Rebound Brown, and a foul will be called on Madeline Brown for a push. Working for the rebound. It should be free throws. It should be free throws right now for SPU. Yeah, now they'll give it to her. Now they'll throw it up the court. I think the refs are finally realizing probably how quick they racked up the foul calls on the Saints. They were unaware of kind of the alacrity in which the whistle was on White. And now Kearns will shoot the first free throw and make it. Kearns in her freshman season, shooting 75% from the free throw line. That one's missed. Nearly an offensive rebound, but Morris gets to it. She slows up play and gets it to Jalen Rios. Morris stops with a lot of contact in her face, gets it to go. Strong finish from Lauren Morris, but she has that high release, so when she has a hand in her face, she's still able to get off clean shots the majority of the time, especially from that mid-range area. In the hand of Mayer, guarded by Smith. Smith's been a worthy opponent. Morris gets switched on to her, and a reverse layup is up and good. What a shot there from Mayer, but not unexpected. Now to Lamette. Shalise Smith with it. She drives, gets some contact, and a foul is called. Missed layup. And 2 shots coming for Shalise Smith. When we come back, the foul was called on number 11, Haley-Ann Ota. We'll take a quick break for the media timeout. Don't touch that dial. It's a 2-point game here in Marcus Pavilion. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. We're back here on the Saints Digital Network. Scott Gladstone with you, bringing you the final 4:24 of the third quarter. 2 shots coming for Shalise Smith. Smith this season, not a great free throw shooter, 54%. She makes the first. 3-point game. Shalise Smith just was activated in the second semester. She transferred to St. Martin's just over a year ago. Has not been eligible to play until the second semester, but a welcome addition onto the floor as she came out of her hibernaculum to join the Saints this January, and she has been a very welcome addition. Awkward spin there from the shot by Ota, but it splashes in. And it's a 1-point game. Shalise Smith to the bucket. Saints up by 3. Kearns to the corner, pump fake, now a 3. On the way, online, and a tie game. 38 all with 3:38 to go. Looking for Shalise Smith. She'll put it on the ground. Poke it up. Can't get the roll. But the team is fighting for their own rebound, and they say that it is SPU ball. That looked like it was all Falcons that poked it out of each other's hands. But apparently a Saint got a paw in there. Referee had a different angle than we did up in the penthouse suite up here. 38-38. SPU has a chance to take the lead now. Kearns all the way, got the layup. Their first lead since 2:13 left in the first quarter. They were up 9-7. They've gone on a run, and we'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. It's 3:11 to go in the third quarter. St. Martin's has their first deficit since the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. And they were down 9-7. It's now 40-38 as SPU has erased a deficit of 13 points. They're down 29-16 at one point. And here we are, an SPU lead. Keanu Rios pulls up, missed it. Koki fighting for the offensive glass, but it goes off 2 hands. First hers, then it goes to Sarah Lamette before finding itself to SPU. 3-pointer on the way. Missed it. Rebound, Lamette poked away from her by the big Amelia Bishop. Bishop, another Oregon big. I don't know what they're eating in Oregon. Jesus. 6'4" Sarah Lamette. Then we got the 6'3" Barry and the 6'3" Bishop. It's like the offensive linemen at places like the University of Iowa that are just like, how? I don't get it. A foul called on that one. Wow. Looked like a firm hand on the ball. They're saying 2 shots as Simonson trying to fight for possibility of that one being called on the ground. Simonson is in his 6th year as head coach of the Falcons. He is 50-77. First free throw missed by Shalise Smith. Second one is made. Skylar Berry on 4 fouls, so she sits on the bench. Madeline Brown on 4 fouls. She sits on the bench. Keanu Rios has 3, while Ota has 3 for SPU. So we're seeing foul trouble both ways. That is affecting who's on the floor. Rios, good defense there to step in, not commit the foul, not flop, but just be strong and straight up, as now she gets the kick out to her, and a Euro step as she is mugged at the base of the basket. And that's Ota that's picking up the foul. I believe that is her fourth personal. She comes off the floor, or she should. Beeren will step back on. Beeren is on a much more palatable one foul. Ota, freshman out of Honolulu, Hawaii. The only Hawaii representative on this SPU squad. Two of them on the Saints. And Keely Jade Smith, as well as Lily Koki. Koki, you see on the floor for the first time today. She's just standing past the three-point line right above Raquel Rios, who makes both free throws. Saints back ahead, 41-40. We're going to have a seesaw battle here for the rest of this third and into the fourth, I'm sure of it. Mayer, guarded by Shalise Smith. One dribble and picks it up, goes cross-court to Beeren. Beeren now to Kearns, to the corner. They're going to go full cross-court and height, snagged by Beeren, who then takes the shot and misses it. Rebound, Shalise Smith up ahead to Galbraith. Galbraith tried to bust a move, then gets it to Rios, now to Smith. Koki almost lost her footing right at the free throw line. Now out to Rios. Rios for three, missed it. Galbraith, the long attempt for a rebound. Instead, it's grabbed by Haley Marlowe. Marlowe now with a head of steam coming up the court. Gets it to the outside. Kearns will drive. Kearns, count it, and one. Leaning into the contact there, getting the call, and getting the bucket. Mayer will check out. Will be interesting to see how the offense functions without Mayer on there for the remainder of this quarter, I presume. Free throws missed. Rebound, Keely Jade Smith. 1 point lead for SPU. Shalise Smith gets it from Keely Jade. Now Koki with it. Koki drives, pulls up. In and out. Rebound goes to Kearns. Kearns will slow it up now again. Trying to see if this offense seems a nucleate without their offensive leader, their only double-digit average scorer. Three chucked up. Probably not the best shot. Good rebound by Shalise Smith. Shot clock's off. 10 on the clock. As Keely J. Smith will line up for the final play. Pulls up. Offensive foul is called on number 15, Sarah Lamette, for an illegal screen. 5 seconds to go. SPU has to go the length of the floor. What do they draw up here? Kearns with it. Kearns all the way to the bucket and misses it right at the buzzer. The freshman from Montana just can't get it to go for her, but her team does storm back in the third quarter, outscoring the Saints 19-11 and taking a lead into the final frame. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Scott Gladstone with you here. We got the final frame between SPU and SMU, two teams that are hungry for a win. SPU has not won away from home this year. Well, they've not won a true road game this year. Got to rephrase that one. They have won one neutral site contest as Beeren picks up her dribble and gets it to Mayer. Mayer smothered with 10 on the clock. Beeren, traveled it. She had an open three, but she thought better of it, wanted to try and attack the basket, and instead is unable to get by without a traveling called on her. Shuffled her feet just barely. Lauren Morris with it. Keely Jade Smith, Shalise Smith, Lily Koki, Morris, and Galbraith on the floor for the Saints. The big for SPU, Barry still out, as Morris will take a free throw line jumper. It'll doink and go all the way out of bounds. Talking with Morris before the game, she felt like if they can just contain Mayer, and they're going to have a good chance in this contest. As of right now, the Saints have both Kiana Rios and Madeline Brown on 4 fouls, where 2 starters for SPU, Ota and Barry, are on 4 fouls, and that's going to be a foul on Morris. Mayer has been held to 16. Kiana Rios with 4 fouls has 14. Inbounds coming after the first foul in the quarter. Ball is grabbed by Kearns, who nearly pulls a Dan Orlovsky and goes back too far on that one. Goes over the timeline back and maybe in kind of a casual way as the ball is just juggled by Beeren out of bounds. Pass was maybe a little too hot and a little too high. By Curious now checking in. Trying to give the Saints a different look is the big. I don't believe Ryan Clear has stepped on the floor tonight, but Ryan Clear for the first time in just under a year has dressed tonight. She has not dressed once this season. Obviously, as a foul is called, obviously head coach Natalie Marlowe wants to kind of gently ease her back into playing. As Ryan Clear, last year, she was a preseason All-GNAC selection. She was an honorable mention All-GNACer 2 years ago. That's why she came in as the preseason All-GNAC selection. And she is such a diversive scorer, as this one's chucked up and in by Shalise Smith. You try and imagine a world with Angel Galbraith, Keely Jade Smith, Kiana Rios, Lauren Morris. I mean, the weapons are all there for the Saints. If Clear can find some way to be healthy down the stretch, and if the Saints can squeak their way into a tournament, well, that would be a very formidable team to deal with, I'm sure. Saints pushed Western Washington to the brink here at home just a few weeks ago. A Western Washington team that is tied for first in the conference. This one gets to Shalise Smith. She gets it out to Keely Jade Smith. Smith will pull up and miss. Rebound goes to Weatherspoon, who holds up. Foul called on Brown, and she's gone. Madeline Brown checks out of the game, 2 points and 4 rebounds. She is a defensive menace. And with the tight whistles we've seen here today, that has gone the opposite of how she would have hoped, as she fouls out of the game with 7:33 to go in the fourth, and her team up by 1. Checking in for her is Jalen Rios. Shalise Smith called for the foul there, all up in the grill of Mayer. A good thing for Shalise Smith right now, especially being tasked to cover somebody as good as Mayer, is that she's only on 2 fouls. She's going to probably be in the bootstraps of Mayer the rest of the contest. Smith will check out, however, so maybe not. She's going to get a quick breather, and I'm sure she won't step off the floor after that. Tie ball game, 43-all. Second free throw is made. Back in front are the Falcons. As we take a look at an updated score, 2 minutes to go in Monmouth. It is MSUB up by 8. Looks like they'll survive a little bit of an upset bid as we get a late foul call this side. And Lane Kearns will be dinged for that one, her first foul. Wow. That is, I think both sides, we're getting a little too quick of a whistle here. Keely Jade Smith will shoot 2. First one's good, right down the hatch. Smith on the year, shooting 72% from the line. Saints as a whole have struggled from the charity stripe, 63%. Makes both. They've looked good from the free throw line today, however, compared to the 63% usual. They're up to 70% now, 72 actually. They'll take that, how they've done. Barry battling inside. A good fight for it with Lamette, but Lamette forces the miss. And now out to the corner. Smith in stride, missed it. Ball being poked around, and then a full tackle on the floor as Jalen Rios ends up under, I believe, no, that's Haley Marlowe, I think, that ended up on top of her. Officials are going to come together to discuss. It looked like Rios had that one close enough to where she went for the grab, and then the way I saw it is that Haley Marlowe was kind of doing the thing you get when you have firm possession of the ball and you kind of are trying to shake it loose, and Jalen Rios had enough of a grab either on her or on the ball where when she started to kind of thrash there, they both went down in a heap. I think both sides were lucky to really walk away from that after just some grimaces of pain. Like Simon right now having a conversation with his star forward, Olivia Mayer. One returning full-time starter to this squad from last year, and that's the 5'7" point guard, Hunter Beeren. She started all 28 games last season, and Natalie Hoff, who graduated, was the other one. Last year, Beeren averaged 6.5 points, 5.1 rebounds, had a team-high 95 assists. Refs are still talking about this one. This one's going to be interesting to see what they call here. They're bringing both coaches in. Trying to read some body language, read some facial reactions. I think I just read Natalie Marlowe's lips, who just looked at our head of ref and just said, that's bad. So, as you can guess, this might be deemed a flagrant. It is. Wow. You can back it up on your own and take a look at the replay. I said what I thought I saw, which is a grab of the ball and then Marlowe kind of thrashing and trying to get loose, and that being the reason that they both went down in a heap. We're a lot further away from there than the refs are. Obviously, Natalie Marlowe agreed with my my kind of vision of the ball. Her words, I'm pretty sure, were that's bad to the ref. Kick out for three, Kearns, and what a huge swing this is. A three-pointer from Lane Kearns. The freshman makes it a three-point lead in the most critical of times. After the long review, it goes the way of SPU. Now Galbraith tries to answer, can't get it to go. And that time, a jump ball is successful. And Jalen Rios doesn't get dinged with the flagrant. Saints will earn back possession, a crucial possession that they earn back after the jump. Referees are discussing something. Shalise Smith in that time. We'll check back in. Shalise Smith on, Keely Jade Smith out, Madeline Brown is fouled out. St. Martin's has played a bevy of close games. Ashley Smith will get the inbound. No, she won't. It'll be poked away, and the Saints turn it over in a bad spot. Beeren with it, guarded by Jalen Rios. Now Kearns with it, who just made that big three. Barry will not even think about a three. Mayer, and now a triple team on Mayer. Gets it to Skylar Berry. Almost lost. Kearns to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Rattles in and out. And a rebound to Sarah Lamette. 5:53 to go. Galbraith with it. Saints desperately need this game. Triple team comes to Lamette, then out to Curious. She tries a three, off back iron, and a foul will be called on Sarah Lamette. The fouls continue to go against St. Martin's in this half. As we take a look at the standings right now, we're going to get free throws the rest of the way for SPU as they're already up to 5 fouls. Skylar Berry will shoot. Sarah Lamette has checked out of the contest. She is on 4 fouls. Montana State, Billings, and Western Washington have all but booked their ticket into the conference tournament. Then it's Anchorage, Central Washington, SPU, and Simon Fraser that are currently on the inside looking out. With 5 wins, Northwest Nazarene is on the out. Western Oregon, St. Martin's, and Alaska are also on the outside. St. Martin's has a lot of games to go. Free throw made, and it's a 2-possession game now. That's why that free throw was so big. St. Martin's right now, as both free throws are made, they are 2 games out, and St. Martin's, including this game, have, I think, 8 games to go. Yeah, 8 games to go. They have everybody except for Western Oregon, if you include this game, to play. So they have very much their future in their own hands. Ashley Smith gets it, now to Curious. Curious will be called for a travel. Nothing going the way of the Saints in the 4th. (45-40) Saints down 5. Need a defensive stop. Mayer will try for 3, and holy smokes, nothing but air. Don't see something like that out of Mayer often. Now Morris stops. Goes cross court. 3-pointer from Koki. Too strong. Oh, no! Just doesn't go for her. Wow. Saints earn back possession. They take it back somehow. And we're going to get a stoppage as the clock should be at 17 and not. I don't know, actually. That was. I think SPU had possession and the Saints took it back, so it should be 27 rather than 17. Oh, my goodness. That has got to be the worst roll I've seen it sometimes for Koki, who was a little off target with that shot because the only chance it went in on was on the bank, and it went bank and then side netting up, down, around, all over. So it turns out to be just an inadvertent whistle, but because of the inadvertent whistle, we got ourselves some immediate timeout. Don't touch the dial. It is Saints down 5, 4:47 to go. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back to the sweet, sweet sound of Neil Diamond in the back there. Sweet Caroline, a late game classic here at Marcus Pavilion. St. Martin's with the ball. 27 on the shot clock, 4:47 to go in the quarter. Saints down by 5. They need to find the offense, which is something that hasn't come easy for them this season. They are the last-ranked offense in the conference. Angel Galbraith to the bucket, tries to get that one up. The offensive rebound from Shalise Smith, and a jump ball will go to SPU. Maybe Shalise Smith could have called a timeout there on that one. And Natalie Marlowe just looking exhausted in terms of her continual disagreements with the refs. Mayer with it, loses the ball, gets it back, in and out. And a foul will send Skylar Berry to the line. Rihanna, I almost just called her Rihanna Kios. Kiana Rios will check in on 4 fouls. First free throw from Berry. Swishy. Berry shooting 73%. Makes the second as well. 7-point lead. 7-0 run. No, excuse me, 8-0 run. It was 45 all when that long review and subsequent flagrant was called on the Saints, and that felt like a turning point. Rios puts it on the ground, goes to the hoop, off glass and in. They need Kiana Rios on the floor in a moment like this. She's up to 16 points. Olivia Mayer is at 19. Mayer, speak up, guarded by Curious. Wraps and spins and gets it to go. Offensive rebound after a missed Galbraith, and then the ball is poked away. 7-point lead. And they wanted an armbar, the Saints bench did there on Kearns. Mayer then stops and pops it out to Beeren. Back to Mayer. D3 transfer. It's been such an asset to this SPU squad to replace the likes of Natalie Hoff, who was a very prolific senior last year. This ball gets to Curious. Now Galbraith will bring it up. Not over, but with the Saints struggling continually on offense, you got to think big shots need to come quick for SMU. Down by 7. Morris puts it on the ground, and a foul is called, I believe, on Mayer. Wow. Out of all the calls, that's the one I didn't expect to get called, and of course it does. Morris will check out. Curious will check out. Keely Jade Smith and Sarah Lamette will check in. Lamette on 4 fouls. Keely Jade Smith, a low 2 for her at this point. This inbound is almost taken away. And an offensive foul is called on Shalise Smith. They called her for wrapping the arm there and kind of doing some sense of a push-off move. This one's out to Beeren. Beeren looking for Berry on the low block. She's, in my opinion, getting fouled by Sarah Lamette, but who am I to say? Clearly I've been off. Almost taken away, fumbled. And when she doesn't even have possession of the ball, I believe that's when she was contacted. And the foul is called. Kearns will head to the line. And Kiana Rios will foul out. Leading scorer for the Saints on 16 points. Will check out of the game. It's a double-double for Shalise Smith. She's got 12 points, 10 boards. On the other side, Olivia Mayer does not have a double-double yet. She's close on 21 points, 8 rebounds. Lauren Morris will come in for Rios. First free throws in. 55-47, the St. Martin Saints are back in action on Saturday night. They'll take on Montana State Billings at 5:15 as we celebrate National Girl and Women in Sports Day, which was yesterday technically, but the St. Martin's women's basketball team will be having a clinic for local women as no foul is called there. And a timeout is taken by SPU. If you do want to sign up for that women's basketball clinic on Saturday morning, and there's also a women's golf clinic too. You got to bring your own clubs, but if you want to sign up for either of those, head to smusaints.com/NGWSD, National Girl and Women in Sports Day. Again, smusaints.com/NGWSD. If you would like to sign up, that's through the City of Lacey, so it'll send you to a City of Lacey page. You scroll down for the NGWSD, National Girl and Women in Sports Day clinics that are on the bottom of that. You sign up, and if you go to one of those, which they're completely free, if you go to that, then you will be, all the participants in the clinic will get to go to the Saints game that night for free. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Look at that. A lot of fun. Trap coming, and a foul is called on a triple team. Koki will send SPU to the line. Lane Kearns steps up. First one's good from Kearns. Lead up to 9 now. Looking that way that the SPU Falcons will take this contest, barring a miracle, as Keely Jade Smith will recover this ball, fire a 3, missed it, and that's the way the second half has gone. Kearns will come out of the scuffle with it. Double team is on, and they have it successful there, and then a foul is called on the Saints, and they are desperately trying to just get a clean double team there, but a quick whistle, as it has all night. I think Natalie Marlowe's in a mode right now where she's saying the game's lost, so just give me a technical as the ball goes in and out. Well, if she really wanted the technical, she just says ball don't lie there, and the tee's coming. But she restricts herself. That one iron glass twine in a roll. 58-47. Galbraith gets it to Keely Jade Smith, who spins, puts it in. Timeout by St. Martin's head coach, Natalie Marlowe. We'll take a quick break as well. Don't go anywhere on the Saints Digital Network. We are back here. Falcons will inbound after the made shot by Keely Jade Smith. Kearns will work it up the court. Right now, the Saints just trying to work some chaos, basically, as Kearns nearly loses it. Gets it back, however. Now Mayer with it. Ball rotated around before Angel Galbraith, and then got back by the Saints. Ball somehow recovered by SMU. Then falling down, Keely Jade Smith will get it. Keely Jade Smith rocks and fires as she is apparently fouled. Hunter Beeren called for it. Well, the Saints did a good job getting possession back there somehow. Good to see that Haley Marlowe is back in after she was the recipient of what the refs deemed a flagrant foul. She is okay. Checking out is Carnes after a good shift for her. The freshman puts in a hard 24 minutes, 11 points, second on the team. 6 rebounds as well for Carnes. Fouls in this second half right now are 17-8 in favor of SPU. Timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout called by Mike Simonson. We'll say with you. Simonson, I already mentioned, he's in his 6th year as the head man for SPU. 50 wins, 77 losses. He originally was a student manager at Washington State University. Kind of moved his way all the way up. Head student manager, video coordinator, and eventually got the assistant job, worked his way up the assistantships with SPU before given the lead job after he took over Julie Heisey, who had a 13-year career for the jump ball. Saints will take it back. She had a 13-year career in charge of the Falcons. He inherited a team that graduated their entire starting 5. Been competitive, but it's hard to break through to the upper ranks of this conference as Lauren Morris fires a 3, and it will miss. Rebound is grabbed by Beeren, then up ahead. Mayer will hold up and travel. What a foolish mistake for the senior, or for the junior transfer, as either go for the bucket or hold it up. She kind of found herself in the middle there. I don't know if she was I don't know what she was thinking. She had a clear path to the bucket, and she could have easily scored, and I don't think the Saints would have blamed her that much because the Saints are still playing hard defensively, so you can't ask your opponent to intentionally not score if you are still very intentional what you're doing. It's the same thing that I'll say if I'm broadcasting baseball and a team is up 14-0. The team's still going to try and bat hard in the bottom of the inning, so you gotta get your runs where you can. And the Saints get to advance it down the floor with the timeout. Keely Jade Smith with it. Now Lauren Morris out to Leah Sopak. Sopak fires the 3. Got it for 3. 4-point game. Saints in the full court press again. And Lauren Morris will foul immediately. For the first time, the Saints are trying for the foul. And they will send Mayer to the line. Leah Sopak coming on here. Sopak has played all of 46 minutes this year, and she has scored 7 points, but has got her total up to 10 with that one. A big 3 for a shooting specialist for the Saints, clearly on the court for a reason there. Shalise Smith will prepare to check in. First free throw is made by Mayer, however. Still a 2-possession game. as SPU has called off the Dogs to get an offensive rebound, and it's missed. Keely Jade Smith will stride it down the court like a zephyr. Three-pointer on the way. Missed it. Rebound, Mayer, and that might do it. Yes, it will. Maybe. Still time. Mayer will shoot 2. Once again in the bonus. First one made. She's at 23 points today. 6 of them at the free throw line. Makes the second. Keely Jade Smith to take it down. And rightfully so. Call for the foul there. As I think the refs are fine to get out of here as soon as possible, but you can't let that one go unchecked. That one, I'm sure, would have sent Marlowe, the Saints Marlowe, into a frenzy had it resulted in swallowed whistles. 6-point lead. Still take near miracle for SMU to pull this one off. Misses it purposefully. The offensive rebound is grabbed by Lauren Morris, and on her knees right below the basket, it is a jump ball grabbed by SPU. That was a weird situation because Lauren Morris was the only option she had with bodies all around her was to turn and look up at the basket and try and take a shot. And that would have been real fun to see. But Lauren knows that that is a cardinal sin to do something like that. You would not hear the end of it. And this is going to be a clear path foul, I'm sure. As Lauren Morris was just reaching in there to commit the foul. Well, maybe not. The refs have checked out to possibly considering that. So it'll just be 2 shots. First one made by Ota. Second one is missed. Keely Jade Smith, with seconds running out, heaves it at the buzzer and comes up empty. The final score 62-55. SPU get the big win and help their tournament hopes as they are still on the inside of the playoff picture. We will talk with head coach Natalie Marlowe on the Saints postgame report presented by O'Blarney's in just a few moments. Don't touch that dial. We'll see what head coach Natalie Marlowe has to say on the Saints postgame report. We'll be right back. Scott Gladstone here with head coach Natalie Marlowe on the Saints postgame report presented by Blarney's. Coach, it's hard to kind of take positives away from another close loss because you guys have been in a lot of battles this year, and it feels like the record could look a lot differently if just a few calls and a few shots just go your way. Like, Lily Koki had that 1-3 that went in and out like 2 times, and that felt like a turning point in this game. How do you continue to keep morale up and just like take positives away and realize that, hey, we got to keep this train moving because there's still 7 games left in the season, 2 of them against MSUB on Saturday and Western Washington. They're very good teams that, you guys can continue to compete in every game because you've shown that you have.
Yeah, definitely it's a disappointing loss. Luck is something that a lot of people think just happens, and I think it's earned. Like, you've got to work for luck. Luck typically is going to fall on the side of whoever's working harder, whoever puts in the effort. Consistency hasn't been our best friend this year, and I think that showed up today. There's a lot of things that, we talked about in our game plan and our scout that weren't executed well. So to me, when, you need those big-time shots to fall, like that one that hit every part of the rim, that's a sign that it might just not be your night. And, again, like when things are going well, the trend continues, and things weren't, they were okay for us in the first half, but they also missed a lot of shots, in the first half. We didn't help ourselves out at all. So how do we keep morale? It's a pride thing. I think that's, everyone plays for a lot of other reasons. Obviously, we played, our women's cancer game tonight, so we were playing for something more than us. Disappointing how it turned out. But you have to have some pride in yourself and in where you are, your team. We talk about you're not playing with your teammates, you're playing for your teammates. So I think, again, that the relationships that you make throughout, season by season, but also within a program, like you just have to take pride in where you are and who you're around and who you love and who you care about. So, there's still anything can happen. It's a toss-up. We got to hope that a couple other teams can beat up on each other for a shot at the conference tournament. But regardless of that, it really is like, how do we want to go out? How do you want to be remembered? You typically want to go into someone's gym and make them remember that they played you. And so, again, we still hold our own destiny. We just need a little help from everybody else.
You mentioned playing for things more than basketball, obviously, tonight with the pink shirts worn by both sides. I was lucky enough to go to the Empowerment series that you've been doing throughout. When you think of kind of, wins and losses aside, but just being able to zoom out a little bit and allow your team a chance to see how they can be successful in and outside sports after they graduate. What do you think the importance of having a series like that, getting to talk to all the different people, not just just in general, not just the people in the sports industry, but people that have taken their connection to sports and turned it into careers and success outside. How important do you think that is? And just talk a little bit about that the series and why you've done that for the team. Yeah,
it's an avenue. Sports are an avenue for life skills, life lessons, how to be a leader, how to build relationships. It's important to me, and I tell our kids all the time, I was really grateful and fortunate to have female coaches, and I think that's where it starts, is being an advocate for each other, especially women of color. And for me, it's having a black female provost at St. Martin's is huge. A small, predominantly white area in Washington, and you have a female leader of color at your school. I think that's important. So she was our Tanya Smith-Bryce was our first speaker, and again, with who we had today, Taquette Bramlett, being the first black female president of a winery in the United States. I've been incredibly fortunate to meet so many people throughout my United States tour of coaching, so to speak. But the thing that I want our players to take out of that is, one, you're capable of doing anything that you set your mind to, having big dreams, following them, not having any doubt slip into your mind, and recognizing that sports may pay for your tuition. They may pay for, certain things. They're going to get you in the room with a lot of people that you probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to be in that same. Like, we met the governor today during our shoot around. He was speaking here. So I think, again, why I want to do that is so that, one, we keep it diverse. I want, our women of color on our team to see women of color thriving in their careers, in their industries. And we've been really fortunate to have females who are setting themselves up or who have set themselves up for success, who are continuing to succeed, and to be a face of, like, I can do that too. So for me, it's so much more than just the game. And I think the one thing, too, with taking over this program and, needing to really establish a culture change and build on that is we've preached from the start, the results may not show up where we want them to, but you have to understand that the way we're doing things the right way, whether that's keeping our locker room cleaning up after yourselves, saying please, saying thank you, like we will write a thank you letter to, every speaker that we've had. It's getting our kids to understand that if you want something bad enough and you're passionate about it, nothing can stand in your way but you. So Tiket's story, a cancer survivor in her own right, is remarkable. And, that's something that if anyone listening wants to know more about Tiket Bramlett, all you have to do is type in her name, and her incredible story shows up all over the internet. So we've been very fortunate. I've been incredibly fortunate to reach out and ask for favors of friends of mine that I've met, throughout my college career that has taken me all over the country as a coach and as a player. And that's, again, what I want our players to know is that if you ask, the worst that could happen is somebody tells you no. So, very, very fortunate, and I think that's why this one hurts a little bit more is because it was such a special day, and we have so much going for us. And, again, it's the consistency part that our team is kind of falling short with right now, and that's the one thing, pennies add up to dollars, and dollars add up to a lot more, and that's one thing that if you take the time day by day to just continue to work on the process and trust in that, the little things are going to make the biggest difference in our life. So hopefully that's what our empowerment series does, and I think sometimes it takes a couple kids to be done with basketball and 2 years look back and say, well, shoot, I wish I would have done that in the moment. But again, as long as we're impacting lives in a positive manner, whether that's now, whether that's in 2 weeks or 20 years, I'm just grateful for this opportunity, and I hope that our kids feel the same.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah,
we'll see you on Saturday. Final score of today's game, 62-55. Seattle Pacific gets the win, a 7-point victory here at St. Martin's Marcus Pavilion. For all of us who make this broadcast possible, including our statisticians, which are made up of Ethan Fennell, Kyle Irwin, and David Cano, our cameraman, Zane Leposki, and our stream producer, Sydney Henderson. My name is Scott Gladstone. Please have a safe trip home. If you're already home, then have a great rest of your night, and stay safe out there.